you come to class without paper and pen? Do you go to university without paper and pen?
iPads.
Wrong answer.
Okay. Technology today.
Oh, you got one right here.
Alright, let's get started. So, tonight I want to talk about leadership and changing pins. Who wants to change their pins?
My son wants me to get the red one.
I'm confused.
The red one.
Hello, who's here to make
The
money?
green one.
Who here wants to make more money? So you need to change your pin to make more money, right? Okay, so first thing, Paris, is you need to get registered.
And then maybe you first
You get yourself what we call an international business pack, which licenses you to do business in 84 countries and more countries as we open it. And what we recommend is you get yourself an ultimate program, because when you get the ultimate program, you get the ultimate results and you make the ultimate income. Great, now that we've done the basics, let's get serious. Okay, so who wants to make, just so I know who I'm talking to, who wants to make between 1 to 5,000 a month part-time? Okay, keep your hand up if you want to make 5 to 15,000 a month.
Yeah, I do, Barry.
Now keep your hand up if you want to take your income from 15 to 30,000 a month. Keep your hand up if you want to make more than $30,000 a month. Okay, so pretty much everyone. So I'm in the right room. Okay, so let's get started. Let's talk about some basic things that you need to do in your business to change your PIN. Let's talk first of all about leadership skills. Okay? As a leader, I'm going to use today as a sharing session. So I want you to, even if you're brand new in the business, or even if you're not signed up in the business, okay, I want you to be thinking, from what you've seen, this is your second presentation today, Paris, right? You've seen things already. You've seen how the meetings are run, you've seen how we do things in the meetings. I want you guys to shout out a few things of what makes a true leader in Herbalife. Okay, let's start with you, Tessie. Throw out something that means leadership from what you've seen in Herbalife so far.
Turning up to the meetings.
Turning up. Very good.
Oh, me?
Cass.
Katarina.
Katarina, how long have you been in Herbalife?
How long? About,
A couple of months.
yeah.
Couple of months.
Yeah.
How many
4
meetings
months.
have you been to?
About 4 or 5.
Okay, that's plenty.
Mm-hmm.
So what have you seen in the meetings that a leader does?
Consistency.
They're consistent. Consistent with what?
Oh, what they say.
What they say. What else? I'm going to develop on this one because this is a good one.
With your methods.
With activities in their business.
Attendance.
Attendance, which comes back to turning up.
Training. Training.
Trainings.
Eating the products.
Using the products.
Wearing.
Wearing the brand.
Telling a good story.
Telling a good story. So sharing your story. How do you tell a good story? Let's emphasise on that one a bit more. Gee,
Short,
you can
sweet,
really-
and to the point.
Short and to the point. What else? What did you say, Fozia?
Yes, the same.
Okay.
With heart.
With feeling. Anything else?
Dress to impress.
Dress to impress. So that's another.
We know who we know who Mark's upline sponsor is, Dress to Impress.
I'm not his sponsor actually.
Oh, no
He's my
way!
second.
Oh,
So there you go.
Michael.
oh, Michael, that's right. Wow.
Great.
Wow.
So dress to impress means
Look the business. Or
look the part. What else creates a leader?
Being passionate about what you Your story is telling them about her life.
I guess that's with feeling.
Being able to be duplicated.
Duplication. Betul? What else creates a leader?
Doing what you tell your downline to do.
Very good one. Lead by example.
That's it. That's it.
Xander, second meeting. What creates a leader from what you've seen so far?
Participation.
No copy.
Participation.
Participation. Got any ideas, Xander?
Not
Huh?
come back to me.
Okay, I'll come back to you. Jolade.
I think everything is mentioned.
Confidence.
Yeah.
Yes. Confidence in what?
Products and business.
Yourself.
Business, yourself.
Products, business, and yourself. Why is it important to have confidence in the products?
Because it shows.
Because it shows. Why is it important to have products in yourself? That
Well,
you need that too.
Because
How
you
come
get
you
the
need to have
result.
confidence in yourself?
You get the result.
Write this down. People buy strength.
Oh.
If you're not confident in yourself, you go, oh, it's a really good business and you should probably get involved. The prospect's going to say, well, hang on, how are you supposed to teach me?
Mm.
Yeah? So you need to build your self-confidence. Benny, been to how many meetings now? 3. Is there something up there that's missing?
Oh, bringing people to the meetings.
Ah, very good. So, open up here.
Sorry, Jenny.
Inviting people. That's inviting people to the meetings. Benny. Yeah, sure. Pull another one. If you need to think about it, I'll come back to you. Fauzia.
Yeah, use all the activities, like different
Well, we spoke about the MOs already, activities.
methods.
Sticking to your 90-day plan.
Sticking to your plan, which is consistency in activities, same thing. Ian?
You say be a product of a product?
So that's using the products, being consistent with the products. Anything else? Anybody thinking of anything else? And Mel?
Getting over your disappointments quicker.
Ah, very good one.
Discipline.
Discipline your disappointment.
Give it 5. Woohoo!
Discipline your disappointments.
Jimone.
Anybody else?
Talk to 10 people every day.
Again, that's leading by example.
Example.
Being consistent with your activities. Anybody else?
Discipline your disciplines. What about good communication?
Developing communication skills. Very important. Anything else?
Like be ready and happy to any questions. Be happy and ready to any questions from the people.
Being happy is important. Being prepared is, I think, what you're saying.
Yeah,
Smile.
yes.
Being
Don't-
happy is being part of
Mark,
smiling.
you smile.
Don't try to convince everybody. Believe me. Oh, I was sort of going to go somewhere with that, but it's not going to make sense.
Alright,
I
let's.
suppose
What about
that's
something
okay.
really basic? What What about the presenter? What about doing the HOMs? What about doing the meetings yourself?
Best way to learn.
Doing the meetings. Presenter. Setting up.
Cleaning up.
Looking after the guests.
Setting up and cleaning up. Here's what a real leader is. Everything from the moment you walk in the door to the time the meeting finishes. Think about everything that happens from the time you walk in the door. Product display must be set up. Projector must be set up. Laptop must be set up. Chairs must be set up. Registration must be set up. Tea must be ready. Shake's got to get ready. Yeah? Welcoming people in with a smile, with a great attitude.
Teamwork.
Okay? Working as a team. If you're finding that you're trying to do everything, you say, hey, oh, hang on, Bethel, can you make the tea? Because there's a lot of people lined up at registration here. Delegating. So you delegate some tasks. Yeah? All the little things matter. You need to understand when you're running any type of business, you need it to run like a well-oiled machine. If there's not enough oil in the machine, the clogs are going to get locked up and the machine ain't going to work. So we have a well-oiled machine in Herbalife. Okay? The presentations are done exactly the same way. They're duplicated. Okay? And if you haven't started stepping up to the plate and doing the meetings yet, write this down. The next thing I need to do as a future leader is start stepping up to the plate. And you don't have to all of a sudden just come up and do the presentation at the next meeting. But it could be, can I do the registration as the guests walk in? Come a bit earlier, help us set up the chairs. Don't expect us to do it because we're all independent distributors. We're all in business for ourselves. So, you know, we're not doing this to help your business and you're not doing it to help our business. We're doing it to help each other's business. We work together as a team. Because here's what the word team means. Together, everyone achieves more. That's what the word team works. Team means. Together, everyone achieves more. See? Hey, if I can make $20,000 a month and I'm stuttering up here, you guys are going to get rich. Let me tell you. But here's the other thing the meeting does, right? If I can do it, so can you. And that's what the whole presentation is. So here's a question to ask yourself as a leader. If you're serious about changing your PIN, here's the question you need to ask yourself as a leader. Do I turn up to at least 2 meetings a week? If the answer is no, that's the first thing you need to get good at. Because if you're not turning up to 2 meetings a week, how are you supposed to teach someone to do the same as what you're doing? Yeah? Am I consistent with what I say? Am I consistent with the activities I'm doing? Am I consistent, whatever that one was?
Attendance.
Attendance. Okay? Am I consistent with attending trainings? 2 trainings minimum a month. STS, why Herbalife, why now? Am I consistent with using the products? Am I consistent with wearing the button? Am I consistent with my story? Now this is a really important one because I see people's story are changing all the time because they don't know how to word it properly. Okay? And later on we will do, another day, but we'll do a training on how to package your story. Okay? But the story needs to be consistent. See, my distributors know my story better than I know my story because I don't change my story. It's always the same every single time. It's so repetitive. But why is it repetitive? Because if I keep changing it every time, then I'm teaching them to change their story every time. Yes.
But what happens if things do change? You need to change.
Yes, obviously if you're making more money in that, you start changing the income side or your weight result, you change your weight result, but the story flow should be the same. And the story is really simple. It's, for the products, it's your name, where you're from, before Herbalife, after Herbalife. For the business, it's not much different. It's your name, what you were involved in before Herbalife or still involved in, housewife, student, whatever you're doing, and how much money you were making before Herbalife and after Herbalife. So it's not that complicated. So the trainings also involve the Supervisor Academy. Am I consistent with attending the Supervisor Academies? If you want to change your PIN, guys, you've got to be asking yourself these questions every single day. Am I dressed to impress? Or does it look like I'm going to go shopping at Preston Market? Okay? Am I looking the part? Am I duplicating myself? Is my team doing what I'm doing? Are they copying what I'm doing? Are they out there talking to people every day? Okay? Am I leading by example? Am I participating in things? Okay? Am I confident of the products? If you're not confident of the products, this is a really crucial one. Because if you're not confident with the products, everything else falls apart. If you don't believe in the products, you don't have a business. Here's a saying that Wayne gave me from the very beginning. And he gives all his prospects when they first joining his business. He says, in direct proportion of how you feel on the products, that will determine how far you go with the business. Because if you use the products and go, tastes good, but nothing's happening, well, guess what's going to happen with your business? Nothing's going to happen. You've just answered the question. Okay? But if you go, wow, this is unbelievable, I lost 1.5 kilos in 3 days, such a huge energy shift that I hadn't felt that good in 15 years, well now, the passion is the product. And that's what excites you to talk to people. Yeah? You've got to be confident with the business. Now here's the thing. If you're not making money as quickly as possible, as much money as you possibly can in the shortest period of time, you're going to find the business a bit of a struggle. We want to get money in our new distributor's pocket within 72 hours. Because when they get money in their pocket, they get excited and go, wow, I just made $100. And it only took me 10 minutes. Okay? So we've got to build their income story really quickly, because if we're not building their income story quickly, their business is going to fade away. Yeah? Because the excitement will go away. So ask yourself, am I doing what I can do to get a new customer every day? Not once a week, not once a month, every day. Because if you get a new customer every day, all your financial problems will go away, by the way. Okay, it's so exciting getting a customer every day. Even us as millionaire team members, we get more excited about getting new customers than we get a check once a month. That's true, because the check you go, okay, I got $20,000, it's in the bank, forget about it, move on. And you've forgotten about it. But if you go, hang on, I just picked up another $200 profit today. Wow, $200, even if you're only working 20 days a month, that's an extra $4,000. Now that $4,000 will seem bigger than the 20,000 because you're getting it every day. Whereas the check, you put it aside and forgotten about it. You got me? So work harder on getting new customers every day. So that's developing the confidence in your business, because that's giving you the cash flow and gets you excited. And you go, wow, just another customer, another one. Yeah? And And then when you do that, it will help you build the confidence in yourself. Because if you're lacking confidence with the products or the business, you're really going to lack confidence in yourself. Well, hang on, I'm having troubles getting customers. How am I supposed to teach someone to get customers? I'm having troubles getting new distributors. But how am I supposed to teach someone how to get new distributors if I'm having troubles doing it? Yeah? And if you're lacking in these areas, it's very important that you go back to your mentor sponsor and say, look, I feel I'm weak in this area. Can you help me improve on it? Can you give me ideas what I could do to make it better? And they'll sit down with you and go, okay, well, show me what you're doing in your business and I'll tell you what you need to do. Yeah? Here's one that's missing there. Running gauge sheets.
Shows how many of us do it.
I don't want to ask that question. But here's the thing. If you're not running a gauge sheet in your business, you have no idea what you're doing in your business. Can you think about Coca-Cola? Coca-Cola sends their reps out every day and says, by the end of the week, I want to know how many new customers you got buying Coca-Cola. And the rep comes back at the end of the week and says, oh, I was too busy to write down my results. Do you think, and he did that week after week, do you think he's going to have his job for much longer? Question? What's a gauge sheet?
Is that the one with the circles?
Yeah, you can use that as a gauge sheet. That's for your customer base. But what I like to do is I like to monitor what I'm getting for retail and what I'm getting for recruiting as well. So the circles one is for your customers, how many new customers you got for the month. Yeah? And the recruiting is it could be even just writing it on a jotter, on a jot pad, right? Could be, okay, today I did 500 flyers, I got one phone call from a
So
flyer.
that's like a 90-day plan?
It's part of your 90-day plan,
Oh, yeah.
but recording your results. Because if you're not recording your results, how do you know what your conversions are? You've got to know what your conversions are. Okay? So if you're doing 1,000 flyers a week, and you get one new customer a week from flyers, and you know out of the 1,000 flyers, 10 people called you. So you got 1,000 flyers out, 10 people called you, one customer. So what do you got to do to get another customer?
Another 1,000 flyers.
You've just answered the question. But if you're not recording your results, how are you supposed to know what to do to get more customers? No company, no big company in the world, or even small businesses, can run a successful business without some kind of financial reports. Yes? That's just common sense. It's business. So, don't complicate it. You need to keep it really simple. If you don't have a gauge sheet that you're using with your team, just even write it down on a pad and pen. With a pad and pen. Did this many flyers, this many calls came from it, this many sales came from it. I did walk and talk, this many people a day, got this many customers for the week. So if you know your conversions, you know what you need to do to keep building your business. When Ali decided to go full-time in the business, we were making $5,000 a month with Herbalife. And it wasn't enough to cover the expenses that I had from my previous business. I had $10,000 a month worth of expenses. And she said, I'm ready to go full-time. And I said, no way, we can't even make ends meet at the moment. And she said, no, I'm really ready. And I said, great. If we're going to do this, we have to make sure we've got a plan on how we're going to make the money at least of what you're making from your job. Yeah? And back then, I don't know, it was $3,000-4,000 a month or $2,000-3,000 a month her income. And we said, okay, we had our gauge sheets and we referred back to our gauge sheets and said, okay, we're doing this many flyers every day and we're getting this many customers a day. Okay? Or a week or whatever. And then all we did is work out what we needed to do to compensate her wage which to make an extra 2, 3, 4,000, whatever it was, we said, okay, we need X amount of more customers just to balance, like if she didn't leave her job. Yeah? So let's say, for example, it was $4,000 a month. We said, okay, well, we're making, at the moment, $5,000 a month with what I'm currently doing. Now, if you're joining me full-time, we've got to increase the activities to match the income that we want to match. So $4,000 extra a month. Okay, let's say on average we're selling an advanced program, not even an ultimate, just an advanced. Okay, so we need another 20 customers to make another $4,000 a month, because 20 customers is 8,000 retail by 50% as a supervisor. It's 4,000 profit. Simple mathematics. And by putting the plan together, and I promise you, within 3 days of her making the decision she was going to quit her job, within 3 days we made the money that she makes in a month just by increasing our activities from what we learned from our gate sheets. We were working like maniacs. Don't think this is going to be an easy ride, guys. You can't expect to change your PIN on an easy ride. You can't expect to make $15,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month just talking to 1 or 2 people a day. You might get lucky if that happens. But talking to 1 or 2 people a day, I can tell you now it's going to take you 10 years instead of 2 years or 1 year. So I don't know about you, but we're all getting older, and none of us want to lose any more time. There's many ways to get healthy and there's many ways to get wealthy. But one of the most precious assets we have is time. Because once it's gone forever. Yeah? So all we're trying to do is condense time, not stretch it. Don't say, oh, I'm doing okay. You didn't get involved in Herbalife to do okay. You got involved in Herbalife to get rich. That's why you're all here. That's why you're all here on a Monday night at 8:40 sitting a training. Why? Because you're all here wanting seriously to learn the skills of leadership and change your PIN. So you can make $15,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month. Yes? So to do that, you've got to increase your activities. You know, when I work with a new distributor, sometimes they feel a lot of pressure from me. Because I know I'm not going to be on this planet for a long time, so I want to make the most of it and try and develop as many leaders before I go. Yeah? So you've got to condense time. Okay? Who wants to make, seriously, who wants to be a president's team here? Making 30,000 plus a month. Okay. So ask yourself the question, am I talking to minimum 10 people a day? Because if you're not talking to 10 people a day, will you get there? Maybe by luck. But if you want to make it happen, instead of hoping it happens, you've got to talk to minimum 10 people a day. Okay? Some of you were in the training in the Gold Coast a few months ago. Okay? There's this guy called Seppi from New Zealand. Seppi's only been in the business for less than a year. Okay? He just did his first month millionaire team last month. Okay? Which is going to bring his income to $15,000 to $30,000 a month. Less than 1 year in the business. Go ask Seppi how many people a day he talks to.
50.
50 people a day. 50. Not 1, not 2, not 5, not even 10. 50 people a day. But he's already in qualification for millionaire team. Is it worth it to talk to 50 people a day to get your income to $15,000 to $30,000 a month within 1 year? What's the answer?
Hell yeah.
So why aren't we doing it?
YOLO. Oh, the Gen H is laughing.
I just found out what that meant the other day.
You
Okay.
only live once.
You only live once.
What was the abbreviation?
YOLO. It's a Gen H thing, don't worry about it.
I don't get any.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm still trying to get LOL properly. Okay, so, you know, it's worth it. To make $15,000 to $30,000 a month within 1 year talking to 50 people a day.
So that'd be more on both products and business, or one or the other, or
Both.
both together? And
Both.
God, I don't know. I wouldn't have. You'd have to have a lot of aloe on you.
Oh, absolutely. You've got the best products in the world. You've got the
50
best
people.
products in the world to make it happen.
Can I give Tizzy an example?
Yeah.
When we heard this too, Tizzy, like, because we were in Queensland training with Berna, and we said, what, 50 people a day? We can't speak to 50 people, don't worry about it. We're just going to speak to about 10 people a day, let it take the time it takes. And then we put a plan together and we said, let's do some walk and talk and go to places and talk. And believe me, between the three of us, it was taking us about 2.5 hours to speak to about 60 people each. And with the confidence, because we're together, even if someone turns you down or whatever, you've got another 2 people, so when you walk out of the shop, so it's so doable. It's so much
So
easier
did
to
you go
do.
into shops and just
Yeah.
confront people?
Yeah, and off on the street too. And legitimately to not just here have a flyer. However, you know, we've opened up a nutrition club on High Street in Preston. We're offering free vouchers, like a proper chat, yeah? Not just giving, that's not
Yeah.
counted as one. One is when you actually give them an invitation. So it's really doable.
2.5
Go
hours.
Sydney!
2.5 hours.
That's
to talk to
nothing.
60
It's not
people.
even full-time work. It's part-time.
Here's the reality. Most of us work harder for a boss
It's
than we
true.
do for ourselves. And it's funny, because you're making your boss rich, not you. Okay, so you've got to create the disciplines, which we've got somewhere up there, of doing the activities. Okay, let me throw another scenario at you. I'm going to give you a Ferrari. How would you like that? Who wants a Ferrari?
I saw on 260,000.
I'm going to give you a Ferrari if you promise me you talk to 10 people a day about the products and 10 people a day about the business. Who wants the Ferrari? Who will talk to 10 people a day about the products, 10 people a day about the business? Put your hand up nice and high. If you really want the Ferrari. Beto doesn't want the Ferrari. She's too busy.
Peter wants to be one.
What is it?
Okay. Whatever Ferrari model you want.
Enzo?
Okay? Who wants the Ferrari?
The Enzo's got to be. Yeah.
You're going to talk to 10 people a day about the products, 10 people a day about the business. Who's going to promise me they talk to 10 people a day about the products and business for the Ferrari? Now, here's the bad news.
You haven't got one.
I'm not giving you the Ferrari. But here's what I will tell you. If you talk to 10 people a day about the products and 10 people a day about the business, you will earn enough money to get the Ferrari.
Now he's going to talk to 10 people.
Exactly. Now who's going to talk to 10 people about the products and the business? You see, nothing's changed. Your job is still the same. So you need to earn it. You need to work towards it. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme, guys. Yes.
Okay, so you're talking to 10, regardless of whichever one, or say business anyway. Well, applies to the other one too. So what really counts is those who turn up to the meeting or actually buy the product, not just the fact you spoke to 10 people.
And if you're doing the 10 people a day for the products and 10 people a day for the business, you will have the turn-ups. You see, because if you're consistent with your activities, and you're talking to 10 people a day about the products and 10 people a day about the business, that means in a month, let's take weekends off, an extra couple of days even off. Let's say 20 days a month you're working Herbalife. That's 200 people a month on products, 200 people a month about business. I can tell you now, if you're talking to that many people, you'll have at least 20 new customers a month and at least 20 new distributors a month. Out of the 20 new distributors a month, 1 in 5 actually goes supervising. So that means you'll get at least 4 or 5 new supervisors for the month, which is a production of about 20,000 volume points a month. Okay? Now, if you duplicate that, Get Team's no problem. Mail Team's no problem. Press Team's no problem. But if you're not doing that, if you're not consistent with your activities and doing that, how are you going to teach your downline to do that? If you're not doing that, what are you duplicating? The same. So you've got to lead by example with everything you do. Okay? You've got to invite people. Why do I invite people to an hour? Because I want to change my PIN too. I'm not where I want to be. And I'm not the best at what I do. I'm the first to admit it. But I know I need to get better. Because if I don't get any better, my team won't get any better. Because again, I've got to lead by example. Yeah? So, invite more people to the meetings. Because out of the 220 we'll show to you, I can promise you 1 in 10 actually will turn
Well,
up.
actually, I invited 4, and he.
There you go. And then when you're getting better in the business, you know, Jim Rohn says what?
3 out of 10.
Make up in numbers what you lack in skill. In the beginning, none of us are born to do this business. So we invite 20, 30 people and one shows up and we go, gee, it took 30 people to get one person to come to a meeting. But as we keep doing it, and we keep doing the scripts over and over again, what happens? 2 out of 10 show, 3 out of 10 show, 4 out of 10 show. If you get 3 or 4 out of 10, it's unbelievable. But even 1 out of 10 is great. Ian, you said to me on Saturday, you invited a guest doing what?
Handing out flyers.
Handing out flyers.
Yeah.
Okay. And what did you use when that person rang you? You were telling.
I use your script.
And when did we do the scripts? Just last Monday.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yeah.
We did a training on the checklist last Monday.
Yeah. One was coming tonight and she rang me and said no, she wasn't coming, but it's the best response I've ever had.
Wow, the scripts work. That means these guys, what they've been doing for the last 32 years is real. Just follow the system, guys. You're trying to reinvent the wheel. The wheel is perfect. Just follow it. Yeah? So, and you're still using that script, obviously.
Yes.
Is that the Gary's script?
No, look, it doesn't matter. The
Oh.
scripts work. Scripts that you've been given from your organisation,
Yeah.
they all work. You know, different mentors have different scripts, but all the scripts essentially work. Yeah? So, invite. Now here's the one that takes a lot of new people a long time to get good at it. Disciplining your disappointments. This was a hard one for me in the beginning. And probably most of us. I invited 10 people.
I remember.
Nobody came to the meeting. And it bugs you so much that you think about it for days
Maybe about weeks, was it?
or weeks.
Well, I remember when I used to get my first phone calls, I'd run around and dance around the house, and then my husband would go, and what happened? Nothing. But now I don't even care anymore. If they're not interested,
So
just,
here's something you need to get used to.
yeah.
Not everybody is going to show. I invited 10 people and no one showed. Am I disappointed? Yeah, for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But not for 2 hours or 3 hours or 10 days or 2 weeks or 2 months. So learn to discipline your disappointments. You know what I do now? I remember this from a training in Malaysia. The president's team went up on stage and he said, now pretend you're going to sign up with me and I ask you the question that, are you ready to get involved? And you say, no. So, are you ready to sign up with me?
No.
No? No problem. Next.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the reality. You don't want everybody joining your business. If you had everybody in the entire world joining your business, I've got no one to fly me to Macau tomorrow because the pilots are involved in Herbalife. I've got nobody driving the taxi from the airport to the hotel because they're involved in Herbalife. You don't need everybody to join your business. You only need a handful, literally 5 people, to join your business who are serious about changing their financial future forever. You know, by you just getting 5 serious people, just 5, who find 5, you're making $76,000 a month.
I'll fly the pain for you. Not get
Just
myself.
5. Guess what? I still haven't found my 5. I found 4. I'm still looking for 1 more. But so what? Even if it's taken me 10 years to find the 5, is it worth it to make $76,000 a month? Absolutely, because you'll never make that from your current job. Yeah? So learn to discipline your disappointments. Get better at the communication. Always be happy. Be prepared for everything. This business is like a roller coaster ride. You're going to have your ups and you're going to have your downs. It's just, that's business anyway. It's not just this business. Every business goes through that. But here's the exciting thing about this business. When it's on a down, you're not losing anything. It's not like you're forced to buy stock every month. It's not like you have a warehouse. It's not like you have an office to pay rent for. Right? What's the worst thing that's going to happen when you have a quiet month? It just means you've got less cash flow. But it doesn't mean you're going to die, because you're not, you know, it's not going to kill you. It's not going to choke you to death. Yeah? Doing the meetings. That's a very important one. If you're serious about wanting to change your PIN, the quicker you get up here to do a presentation, the quicker you'll change your income. Okay? Oh, but I'm scared of talking in front of people. Guess what? So are we. So are we. But how do you even do it? The first time you're going to come up here and you're going to be so scared, you might not even say the right things. But here's what the guests will say. Wow, if this guy can do it, I'm going to get rich. Because we're showing the guests that anybody can do this business. So the first step is stepping up to the plate and doing it. And then the first time you're going to go, oh, that was terrible. And it's no problem.
It's a bit like telling your own story.
Yes, it's like telling your own story for the first time. It's scary. And we all fumble it. But here's what you do. Because you leave here and you go, oh, well actually it wasn't that hard. All I need to do is get better at what I'm going to say and fine tune it and tweak it. And then next time you come up here, you'll do a better job. And then again and again. It's just like riding a bike for the first time. None of us knew how to ride a bike before. We fell a few times, we got a few cuts and bruises, but eventually we learned the skills of riding the bike and we got better at it. Yeah? So here's what I want to see happen in this meeting, because this is a great training ground for you. If you haven't volunteered to do a meeting yet, put your hand up and say, can I do even a section? It doesn't even have to be the whole meeting. It could be the first half of the meeting where we talk about the villi and that. Can I do that part of the meeting next time? Berna, who's not here tonight, but Berna, she was afraid about doing it. And then we said, Berna, it's your turn. And she said, no, I'm not ready. And I said, Berna, it's your turn. And we weren't going to back out of it.
You're going to pick on me.
Yeah, we're going to pick on all of you. One day, you're going to be here and we're going to say, Paris, it's your turn. Come and do the meeting. Paris is excited about that.
Might just let you go. I'll come at 8 o'clock instead of 7.
But
I'm
again,
joking.
are you serious about wanting to change your PIN? See, to me, it makes no difference.
Me
If you want to change your pen, this is what you need to do. I'm telling you. You've got to step up. You've got to step up. Okay? Present, help with the setup and clean up. You know, come early. You don't come here at 7 o'clock when the meeting started. You come here at 6:30, 20 minutes to 7. Help us set up. Put the projector. It takes us a few minutes just to put everything together. Really isn't that hard. And anybody can do that. Yeah? All right? So these are the things on leadership. Any questions? All right? But you've got to track your results in your business. I keep coming back to gauges. Okay? Because if you don't know what you're doing to get how many customers, or what you're doing to get how many new distributors, and you get a new distributor in your business and they say, Ian, so I'm part of your business now. Now, how do I get a customer? And you say, I'll go do flyers, go do walk and talk, go do whatever methods. And they say, great, so how many should I do? And if you're not tracking your result, you're going to go, well, as many as you can. And that's not giving them a clear pathway to move their business forward. When you jump on an airplane, and before the airplane takes off, what do? They give you all the safety instructions, yes? They say, okay, now, in case of a fire, these things are going to pop out of the ceiling, and these lights are going to light up on the ground, and take note of how many seats away you are from the exit signs. In case you can't see the exit, at least you can tell by the amount of seats that you're crawling next to. Yeah? And what do that? It's preparing you. So it's the same thing when you prepare a new distributor. Well, if you're going to do 500 flyers, we know if you're doing 500 flyers a day, Benny, out of every 500 flyers, you'll get one phone call minimum, on average. Doesn't mean the one phone call is going to buy. That's a phone call. So that's giving you one person to talk to from your flyers. Now our job's to talk to how many a day? 10. Now there's no way you're going to do 5,000 flyers a day because you'd die. So Benny, we need another 2 activities to help you talk to your 10 people a day. So can you do walk and talk, where you just walk into a couple of shops and say, hi, I'm from the area, expanding my business, looking for some people who want to make an extra $1,000 to $4,000 a month. Would you be interested? And it takes you like literally 5 seconds to say that sentence. Can you walk into 10 shops a day and do that? Benny says yes. And I say, great, there's another 10 people you're talking to a day. Like Julia said, they talk to 60 people a day in 2.5 hours. But here's the mistake a lot of distributors do. They do 60 people today, and then they go 2-3 days, do nothing. And then they go speak to 20 people, and then go 5 days and do nothing. And there's no consistency. So here's one thing you want to become very clear of with your 90-day plan. You don't get paid for the work you do today. You get paid for it in 90 days from now. And Mel, I heard something about this momentum starting to happen in your business. Now I remember Mel when she first joined the business. Oh, I invite people to the meeting. Nobody comes to the meeting. Tell people about the products. Nobody buys the products. Share with us what's happened to you in the last few days.
Now it's starting to happen, and I actually just consciously realise that it's within the 90 days. I've spoken to that many people about the products, about the meetings, about the business. Now it's happening after I've messaged them so many times, I've spoken to them so many times. And it is, people are purchasing products. People are wanting to talk about the business, even if they're not. Like I had 4 people promise to turn up tonight, but they called at the last minute, but they're still interested. One said definitely next week. So I was so disappointed in the first few weeks, as you know, months, but I'm getting over my disappointment as well, but I'm seeing the 90-day thing happening. It is.
Let's give her a round of applause. So she's disciplining her disappointments. She's understanding, okay, well, that's how the business works. It's how the business works, guys. You know, we can't change what people are thinking or doing. All we can do is say, hey, we've got this. Do us a favour, come and have a look. Might be for you, might not be for you. Just come and have a look. And they say, yeah, we're coming, and they don't show. And then you do it again. Hey, you didn't come the other night. Are you still serious about what? Yeah, I'm still serious. Okay, I'll see you on Friday night. And they don't show. When we say talk to 10 new people a day, it's new people a day, not the same people. Make sense? So you've got to talk to new people every day. Ian?
When they don't show up, do you give them a ring after and say what happened or not?
I do.
Absolutely. I have a simple philosophy. 3 times you're out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, fair enough.
3 times you're out. I invited you once before. I invited you twice even. If you don't show by the 3rd time, I don't think I want you in my business.
Yeah, I had a guy who kept promising. He goes, I've already got lined up who I'm going to register as distributors. And then I said, well, if you don't want them registered, I'll give them to me. He goes, no, they're mine. And he still hasn't signed up. 6 months later. So...
So your job is not to convince anybody. What did we say in one of the previous trainings? Your job is to make the contact with your activities and to give an invitation. Okay? And then the presentation does the work and closing the guest does the work from the presentation. You don't have to do much when you bring people to a HOM. Guess what I've done for 10 years? Just keep bringing people to the meetings. Keep showing people the websites. You know, I signed up a lady in Sydney the other day. Never even met her. I don't even know what she looks like. All I did is say, well, look at my website. If you like what you see, we can talk.
So is that your personal website or a
Yeah,
Herbalife
there's a
website?
lot of different companies that supply business websites and retail websites for Herbalife. RecruitSystem.com is one. If you want a retail website, herbalcoach.com. And there's another one called herbal-nutrition.net.
And obviously you pay for that.
Yeah, it's, you know, Herbal Coach costs you like $5 a month for a retail website, which is ridiculous. The Recruit System, I think it's about $240 a year. Okay, and Herbal Nutrition is $10 a month for a retail and recruit website.
$10 a month.
A month. It's not even a mention.
It's nothing.
It's nothing. And they can purchase online with Herbal Nutrition and everything. Okay.
Through your
Through your website. Okay.
Which one is the recruit and
It's got recruit and retail for $10 a month. Okay. So again, work with your mentor sponsor. They'll know what websites to recommend for you to sign up for. Okay.
So once, say for example, we do that one, the $10 one, you just sort of get it done, and then it's just out there. People who are searching just look. Is that what it is?
Yeah, obviously you got to learn how to market it after that. You know, having a website's one thing, but getting people to your website is a different.
So then how do?
Okay.
Okay.
Even after 10 years, I still can't tell you how to do that except advertising your website name on your flyers, on your newspaper ads. You know, getting the name out there for people to go to your website.
Yeah, because you do get sometimes people say, "Oh, can I go to your website?" Because they go, "Oh, we can't make it, but if I can go to your website,
Yeah.
or if you've got a web page, you do get that asked."
Of course. So you can set any one of those up. Okay, they all work. Again, these are all proven to have worked. Okay, so let's talk about changing pins. Okay, who's a supervisor? Who's not yet a supervisor, I should say? Nice and high. Okay, just so I can see. Don't be embarrassed. Okay, not yet a supervisor. Your first job is, if you're serious about making money in Herbalife, and if you're serious about wanting to make 30,000 plus a month, first job is get to supervisor. Because if you're not supervisor, you're only going to be earning between 1,000 to 4,000 a month maximum. Okay? If you seriously want to make the big money, you need to get to the supervisor position first. Okay? Now, who's a supervisor and wants to go world team? Keep your hand up. Okay? World team is what you focus on next. Don't focus on president's team. President's team seems so far for you guys. I know, because I used to feel that way when I first started. So you focus on the next pin, going world team. What do you need to do to go world team? Who knows? How much volume? Julie there. Huh?
10.
10,000 in?
1 month.
In 1 month, or?
2.5 for 4 consecutive months.
Or?
500 royalty over.
Okay.
Royalty. Your supervisor's doing 10,000.
So, let's clarify that. Who knows 10,000 personal volume? You know how to get 10,000 personal volume? A couple of supervisors and a couple of success builders in your business. You know, if you're talking to 10 people a day, you can easily go world team this month. Because 10 people will join your business at least, and on average they do about 1,000 volume points a month. That's 10,000 volume. Not that hard.
I'm still getting
2,500 volume points for 4 consecutive months to go world team. If you want to do it a bit slower.
What's that?
2,500 by 4 consecutive months. How do you do 2.5 every single month? What do we teach in the business? Build a customer base of about 20 customers. 20 customers buying on average an advanced program will give you 2,500 volume points a month.
Does that include your own?
Not including your personal usage. So if you put your personal usage on that, easily 2.5 is done. Okay? Or 500 royalty points. What's 500 royalty points? It's 5% on whatever your supervisors have produced in your business. So if you've got supervisors in your business who've produced a total of 10,000 personal volume for themselves, that's your organizational volume, and you get 5% on 10,000, which is 500 royalty points. Why does everybody look confused?
Because it goes way over my head.
Okay. Quickly
It's
draw
just,
it. I'll draw it up here.
it all makes sense, but
Let me just draw it for you so you can see.
I need it tattooed.
Okay? 10,000 points is one way, in 1 month. Yeah? You're a supervisor. You find 2 distributors who find a distributor under it. They want to go supervisor together. How do they do it?
1,400.
1 and
400. Yeah.
They need 5,000 to go
Yeah.
supervisor.
So I do know it.
The same thing here. 5 plus 5
Yeah.
equals 10.
It all makes sense when you say it like that, but it doesn't work in my head.
Okay? It's not that hard. It could be even 10 people just doing 1,000. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how you get the 10,000. As long as you get 10,000 in 1 month, you're world team.
Mm-hmm.
See, if you don't know what you need to do to change your pin, how are you going to change your pin? Doesn't make sense.
Just swap with yours. I'll give you mine.
You know, some people fluke it, but if you want to make it happen, you've got to know how to make it happen.
I know, I get it, but I'm just.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's one way. 2,500 volume points by 4 consecutive months. If you've got 20 to 30 customers, averaging about 100, 150 volume, say, which is about an average anyway, per program, you got 2,500 every month. Okay? The third way is 500 royalty override, which means you as a supervisor have supervisors under you, doesn't matter how many, in your 3 levels. Okay? And as long as your whole organization has done a total of 10,000 volume points, and you did your 2,500 personal, you'll get your 5% on 10,000, which equals 500 royalties. Yeah? Okay. Clear? Now, who's World Team? And what's a Go Get Team? How many World Teams have we got in there? Just you, Julie. Okay.
I'm not going to stay here for too long, so.
You're not going to stay World Team for too long.
So, supervisors, you better get to World Team.
Okay. So how does World Team go to Get Team? So you need to know that even if you're not even a World Team yet, so that you know what you're doing in the future. To go Get Team, you need 20,000
For 3 months.
organisational volume and 1,000 royalty override by 3 consecutive months. What's it mean? You're a supervisor and you have supervisors in your business, doesn't matter how many, okay? As long as in the 3 levels they're producing 20,000 organisational volume. Okay? Let's say for example, how many people we got there? 2, 4, 5. Let's say everybody just did 4,000 personal volume by getting a new supervisor in their business. Okay? That's 20,000. You've got to make sure you did your 2.5, which gives you 5% royalties. 5% royalty on 20,000 is 1,000 royalty override.
So you always got to make your part too.
You've got to make it 2.5.
You've got to make sure you're doing this.
Doesn't that come from your 20-30 customers?
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's why we teach people to build a customer base of 20. In the 10 years I've been in business, I've never thought about this once. It's just happened naturally. Because we're servicing the customers. Plus, if you're recruiting, obviously your new distributor's volume is your volume. So you never think about it. Some people say to me, oh, how often do I have to requalify a supervisor? Once a year. Oh. And I say, hang on. If you're doing the business and you're working, you never think about requalifying because you're requalifying anyway. You shouldn't have to think about it. Yeah? So that's to get team. Now, safety in numbers is a good thing to write down. We always recommend to have a stable get team check. You have 20 supervisors in your 3 levels. Because on average, they'll do 1,000. Some people will do 10,000, some people will do 500. So on average, everybody will do about 1,000 points. This will give you a nice, stable check. Can you get to get team with less than 20 people? Yes, you can. I just showed you how to get there with 5. Okay? But if you want a good, solid check to make sure the money comes in every month, you want to make sure you've got at least 20. Okay?
So that's
Now, if you're not bringing in new supervisors in your business, are you leading? Are you ever going to change your PIN? Of course not, because for you to get team and above, you need supervisors in your business. Yeah? So that's why we keep pushing people in the beginning and say, come on, let's get to work, let's get some customers, let's get some distributors, so we can help you get some supervisors so you can build your business. Okay? To get to millionaire team is 80,000, which is 4,000 royalties. So in other words, your team in your 3 levels has done 80,000. 5% on 80,000 is 4,000 royalties. Okay? So you've got to make sure that you're doing minimum 2.5. Because if you only did 2,000, you only get 4%, not 5. 4% on 80,000, which is only 3,200 royalties, which means you didn't get your qualification for millionaire team. Because you need that and that to add up. Make sense? To get to president's team is 200,000. Okay? Which is 10,000 royalties. right? So, 2.5, 200,000, 10,000 royalties. Yeah? And the only difference in numbers is not much. For Get Team is 20. For Millionaire Team is about 55 to 60. For President's Team is 120. But if you're not getting any supervisors in your business, how are you going to change your PIN? Yeah? Oh, I want to go President's Team, I want to go President's Team. Yeah, but you're not recruiting. How are you going to go President's Team? You've got to recruit. Bring people to the meeting, let them see what you're doing, let them make a decision. The more you bring, the quicker your business grows. That's simple. Make sense? Any questions? Everybody is quiet.
Well,
Any questions?
How many points do you need to re-qualify as a supervisor?
The same way you qualify as a supervisor. How do you qualify as supervisor?
And what, 4,000?
4,000 in 1 month, or see, if you don't know what you need to do to go supervisor, how are you going to go supervisor? 4,000 in 1 month, 2 months of 2.5,
Yeah.
or you do 1,000 and find 3 friends to do 1,000,
Yeah.
or you do a buddy system, which I showed before, 4 and 1 for 2 people. It's 5,000 between 2 people, or 6,000 between 3 people, or 7,000 between 4 people.
I did mine sort of over the year because I
You
wasn't
did the 5,000 over
so
1
it
year.
was 5,000, was it?
Okay. Again, that's if you want to go a bit slower. That's fine.
Oh, that's because I was doing just the weight loss.
It all comes back to what you want to achieve in your business. See, we never push our distributors to do for us what they should be doing in the business. It should be for what they want to do in the business. And how do you know what they want? Is their goal sheet, which we spoke about last week. Without the goal sheet, you don't know how hard or soft to push a distributor. Because if a distributor says, oh, I want to buy a Ferrari as one of their goals, you say, well, hang on, you need to be a president's team to do that. So you know how hard to push them. And if they go, oh, but you're pushing me too hard, and then I say, hang on, you're saying you want a Ferrari in 5 years. Now, if you don't want me to push you this hard, I don't have a problem with it. But let's change the goal. Instead of 5 years, let's make it 10 years for the Ferrari. Let's be realistic here. Let's not kid ourselves up for failure. Yeah? So we set them up so they don't get disappointed. Oh, you guys talk about all this big money that we make in Herbalife and $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month. And I've been in the business for 1 year and I'm making $5,000 a month. Yes.
I'd be happy.
That's because of how hard you're working your business. If you wanted to make more, you need to increase your activity. Okay, you've got to increase your activity. You've got to do more walk and talk. You've got to do more flyers. You've got to do whatever it is that you're doing just to create more momentum. Like Amal said, now she's starting to see the results after 90 days. And it's almost been 90 days, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Amazing how it always works at 90 days. So don't set up your distributor for disappointment. Okay? Make sense? Alright? No questions? Alright, fantastic. So guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. Now, a lot of us are going to be in Macau this week. Is there going to be a meeting on Friday?
Friday's no, cancelled.